right, FightHype.com here with Kevin Newman, fresh off a very exciting knockout win. Got 5 knockdowns tonight, Kevin. Roy, you called him last week your boxing son. He definitely looked like it tonight. How'd you guys feel tonight?
Looked like it. He did a really good job, except that I think he could have did everything a lot earlier. And so we got to learn. It's like we're in a mode of trying to train him to be a new guy that is a little more active and a little bit more busier. When he's active, you see what happens. But he got to have confidence in himself to be active. Tonight, we kind of stepped back for a minute into the unactive part of us that we bought in the beginning. We're trying to get rid of it. So once we realized this is what it was, and I told him, like, I need to tell him, then when I did the job. But we could do that 3 rounds ago. That's my only point.
What'd you think, Kevin, about your performance tonight and Roy's assessment just now too?
I got to go back and watch it. I mean, but his assessment is spot on. From what I feel and what I remember in the fight, it was, I came back to the corner, I think in the sixth round, and he was like, he got in my ass, man, and literally, I sat there, I listened, I looked up at him, and I said, okay.
What'd he say?
Why are we still here?
He said, why the fuck are we still here? What the fuck are we doing here? You better get his ass up out of here before we all leave. And he kept it real, because he's not gonna sit up here and let me settle and just skate by with some bullshit UD when I'm too good for that with this type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I should have probably got him out of there in 3 or 4, but he told me that, and literally I said okay, and I started stepping to him, and then that was it.
Is that tough though? Because it's like you don't want to get away from what's working. You're dropping them every round. You're taking your time.
But the thing was this: I took too much time. We should have had him figured out in rounds, and after round 3, it should have been a wash, completely a wash, and they counted a knockdown on me that I didn't even get touched. I slipped, and
they were actually trying to wave the towel to stop the fight. And
I didn't want them to stop like that, because if they stopped it like that, or they stopped it on the headbutt, I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I worked too damn hard, and we worked on too much shit. He puts too much effort and too much belief in me for me to get a stoppage like that, or for me to go and get a UD. He told me to get him out of there, and I did that. That's probably the only thing that pleases me more than anything, was my response to him telling me to go ahead and go get him out of there. And but other than that, I had to go back and watch the fight and grade my performance after I look at it.
And the right hand was dominant, kind of like the right hand Roy kept hitting John Ruiz with in his fight. We'd seen it before.
Yeah.
What's the secret to that Roy Jones right hand, guys?
Can't tell you. Can't tell you. It's it.
All I'm saying is he was landing good when he wanted to, and I knew that if he would have went in and pushed the issue, he could have landed early, and the fight could have been over. Because every time he landed, he dropped him or hurt him. So it's like all he had to do was push the issue. He could have landed a lot more. That's my frustration is we got to learn to turn that from 7 rounds to 3 or 4 rounds. Because we shouldn't have been out there 5, 6, and 7. That knockdown, we should never experience that. Even if it's a wrong knockdown, we should never experience that. We shouldn't even been at that time. Yeah. That's my only concern.
And lastly, guys, do you guys want one of the top names in the division? 60, you want Caleb Plant, David Benavidez?
Every one of them. Our thing is just to keep chopping at the tree, keep climbing. But anybody, in the top at 168, we're making our way up that way. So we're just gonna stay active, stay busy, get right back in the lab. I'll be back down in Pensacola in 2 weeks, and we'll be right back at it. We don't have no time to sit around and celebrate victories. We got to keep on knocking down that door, and that's what we're gonna do, man. I mean, the more I'm around him, the more I'm in camp with him, the better I get, and that's the biggest thing. Am I pleased with my performance tonight? No, because I know how much better I am.
And same thing, I'm not disappointed at what I see. I just know that he could have got a lot more out of it. You understand me? And so from what we've been doing, he got to be on a fast track. He's 30 years old. We got to go. And so it's discouraging when you don't see him go now, because we got to go now. And now or never. Now, don't get it wrong. It is a different style and something new to him. So to his defense, it's going to take a little time, but I was looking for a little bit more improvement tonight, because I felt like we had the perfect opponent in front of us to get a lot more out of it, and we didn't do that. That's why I'm disappointed.
Well, 5 knockdowns, and he did look more comfortable in the style tonight than the last fight.
And he was more rangy tonight. He did good things too, don't get it wrong.
The up jab.
He did the up jab, the long right hand, he did good things too. But it's just that when you got Kentucky Derby quality of a horse, you expect to see Kentucky Derby type times. You don't expect to see regular racehorse track times on a Kentucky Derby type horse. I want to see Kentucky Derby type times. 3 or 4 rounds, 5 at the max. Not 6 or 7 against that course.
Because you got a thoroughbred.
You feel me? It's a thoroughbred. I need to see a thoroughbred time. I don't want to see a quarter horse time with a thoroughbred. That's my only problem.
Anything past that 7 we went, You know, that would have been unacceptable. I think that, you know, it should have been earlier, you know, but like I said, the best thing I could take away was when I came back to the corner and he got my ass and I responded to it. And that's what it's going to take for us to get to the top, and that's what it's going to take for us to sustain at the top. You got to be able to respond and respect the person that's in your corner and trust what they're telling you. And that's the biggest thing for me.
And he did respond.
You know, I mean,
I
never seen Roy that furious. I seen a look in his eyes that I've never seen before, but that look in his eyes is why he the GOAT.
You saw RJ.
Yeah, I saw RJ. I kid you not, I've never seen that look in his eyes before. So me seeing that is like, okay, and to see that much passion coming from him, you know, I know he cares about me, he cares about my future, and he cares about what I go out there and do, you know, and not for him, but for me and for us as a team, you know what I'm saying? And he's not gonna let me slack, so shit, I know when I get back to Pensacola, it's gonna be hell, but it is what it is.
And I know what he can do. I know his capabilities. That's what my problem is. I know he Kentucky Derby worthy. You understand me? He ain't just no regular horse. He Kentucky Derby worthy. So I need that. That's all.
Thank you, Kevin. Hope to see you in the ring before the year's done, man.
Oh, you will, without a question.